Field Marshal, though, this magnificent athlete, he draws for Dexter Dunn. He finds plenty. Usain Kelt tries, but home is Field Marshal.
7 straight victories, 3 Group 1s in a row, and the NRM Asset Emerald was heading its way to the Tim Butt barn. Let's go back and have a look at the footage now. There was plenty of talk about what might eventuate at the start. Dexter Dunn, showing all of his experience, just said, look, I'm on the best horse, I'm going to lead here, the rest of you can do what you like, and as it turned out, he was way too good. Well,
he just drove his race, didn't he? I mean, there was a brief look by Franco Texas, but it was never going to get across. And Usain Kelt, from the second row, punched through to trail. My Kiwi mate got outside the leader here, but probably the most significant point of this race was the next quarter, because they run a quarter in just under 30 seconds here, boys. And the 3 wide train just couldn't get round. That's Hug the Win coming 3 wide, but it can't get there because my Kiwi mate's looking and he says, well, I'm not handing to you. That'll put me back in the field. And at this point, Titan Banner's back second to last. And at some point, Mark Purdon's going to have to make a decision. Do I come 3 or 4 wide?
The answer to that question, Craig, is 4. And for those who took the $21, which became $2.80, roundabout now, it still didn't seem a very good idea. He just had no chance, Titan Banner. Probably the run of the day alongside Donegal, Better Gretsch. Reversed the draws, probably reversed the result. But this is a good horse in front. I'm not sure he's a New Zealand Cup horse. We'll hear about that later on, but he's a horse who's going to have an awful lot of fun in the mobile races the next couple of seasons. And here's Titan Banner moseying up out wide. Actually lost ground on the home bend, which we thought he might do. Very, very brave in the straight to come again. I thought my Kiwi mate was pretty good too in the green colours, running outside a horse who's clearly, Greg, going to be a factor in major races in the next couple of years.
Yeah, he is. He is the favourite though, rolling along in front in the yellow colours. And when he'd had the sectionals to this point and the quality that he is, this is what he did to them.
Further back, Tasman Bromac, Field Marshal, my Kiwi mate, the Kiwi Aussie Jules colours, they go to war now. Usain Kelt, Titan Banner down the outside. Field Marshal, though, this magnificent athlete, he draws for Dexter Dunn. He finds plenty. Usain Kelt tries, but home is Field Marshal from Usain Kelt. Titan Banner just third, fourth Tasman Bromac, I'd say.
I'm not totally convinced that he was at his absolute peak, but again, just another example of the ability of Tim Butt. Here's what he had to say post-race. Joined by winning trainer Tim Butt, 4th harness Jules for you, and of course out of the wonderful mare you had a great association with, 4 Real.
Oh, fantastic, Greg. You know, terrific horse, terrific way to end the season with him, and when you've got such a foundation with the family and the owners, it's a great thrill.
Look, it hasn't been all beer and skittles. Inside 3 weeks ago, you had a serious issue with this guy.
Yeah, it just shows you what can happen in racing with horses, and you do everything right and you watch everything they're going to do, and you know the ugly head can rear its fate. But we were lucky, I think, very lucky, and yeah, it knocked him a little bit, and give him time to get over it. And you know, I think he was pretty near his best, but he's probably coming to the end of a hard season.
That wasn't the first time either, because as a 3-year-old you had to have a minor operation too, so the future looks pretty bright, doesn't it?
Yeah, he's an immature horse and he's just been taken along gently, so he's under-raced, and you know, he's got a bright future, and you know, I think he's, you know, it's pretty special.
Sid and Shona Brown, they've long time been associated with you. To get another Group 1 for them must be very special.
Oh, they're great people. They're great breeders. Sid's father was a good galloping trainer, and switched to the harness, and he loves it. And you know, he's been a great stockman and fed these horses and reared them and handed them to me to finish them off. So, you know, when you get people like that that have got quality horses and look after them, it's terrific.
What do you do with him now?
He's going to have a spell now, 6 weeks out, he deserves it, and no preconceived plans. We'll probably get him ready for Cup week, but whether it's the New Zealand Cup, it's doubtful. So, and then just mooch on and have a look at some of the Grand Circuit races.
Yeah, the only race they broke 56 seconds, I think it was 55.9. Talked about Sid and Shona Brown. An emotional week for Tim Butt because, of course, he lost a long-time friend and a significant part of his stable in Peter Cox, who was farewelled at Addington yesterday. So, you know, he had some great horses too, the likes of Tribute and East Nor Lad, just to name a couple.
Just a bloody good guy too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's been a sad week on the harness racing ownership front. Robert Reid, who back in the day was the owner in New Zealand, Luxury Liner, Christopher Vance, Mark Hanover, a man who quinelled an Inter-Dominion final. He passed away too, huge time owner for Barry Purdon. So a bit of a sad note after this week, but this is a fast horse, Craig. very fast, that's his key, and he's not going to be hard to play, so I'm just not sure the New Zealand Cup's the exact target for him.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. I think maybe short distance racing for him. A very speedy horse, got a very good gait to him, nice draw, quick horse. Yeah, I think the shorter races will suit him, but yeah, good performance.
And Greg, the big victory for the day for Art Major. He got his bum kicked in a couple of earlier races when he had his chance to win with Golden Goddess and Pacing Major, but they're big, beautiful horses and they can run, so they'll still sell well.
All right, so let's hear from those just in behind.
He's tried his little guts out there, Ricky.
Yeah, no, he went super. I didn't know if he'd hold up for the early speed, but he's never been tried, like that before. But I actually thought the way he'd been racing, the race would suit him from the draw he had. And he's actually gone really well. He's made good ground on the winner too. So that's good.
Tony, just talk us through the race tactics with my Kiwi mate.
Yeah, it was sort of always going to be probably sitting outside that horse. And that's the way it ended up. It's first over, he was outside the leader all the way in 153. He just got tired the last 100 to have cost him getting any place money. But but it was a good honest run again. And if he draws one, he's a lot harder to beat than a few of the others and been a bit closer. But that's the way it is.
Nice to see the Australians here too.
Oh, for sure, yeah. And Craig did a great job. Like he's come over here and raced him, which I feel is probably the best thing for all the horses that come and race for the jewels. And got his money and got given a start in the final, so in the jewels. So that was great.
Are you a believer of horses being able to find the right races before coming into the jewels, like this horse did last week?
Yeah, I think some of the best horses we've seen race over Australian horses have had to work their way into it. Like Divisive and those sort of horses, and I think it does them no harm either. I know it's a bit costly at times, but if they can keep earning like this little horse has, it's great for the industry and great for racing.
Seems to be whatever you throw in front of this horse, he just deals with it, Nate.
Yeah, no, he's gone great again, Matty. We just didn't have a lot of luck, but it was probably always going to work that way, and I decided to go back to the inside, and we got a good run. So, he just didn't have a lot of room up the straight, but we're proud of him anyway. Yeah.
With his ability to follow speed, 12 months' time, is he the sort of horse who could be competitive at open class? Yeah, well, I think so. Exactly. He does follow speed good, so he's an honest wee horse, and he's sort of lightly raced too. So I hope he gets better as he gets older. So we'll give him a chance anyway. All right, does he go for a break now, or is there something else for him? We'll just we'll reevaluate and see. We might carry on for a little bit yet, or we might turn him out. We'll just see how he comes through it and just make our mind up from there.
8 down from Jules Day. Logically, that would say there's only one left, and it was the Sweet Lou 3-year-old Emerald.
Chase in vain. Boy, here's a beauty out of the box. Heaven Rocks his name and Marky gets 4.
Yeah, he's an exciting machine, isn't he? Excitement machine would be a better way of putting it. Let's go back to the start. Of course, a query with this horse, would he bring the right manners? Well, that was answered very, very quickly.
Well, I got this completely wrong because I thought the gate speed would be from the inside and the 3 out wide. Got it completely wrong. Major Ben 4 and Heaven Rocks 5 hadn't shown gate speed in the past, but they were the first two of the marker pegs here. After crossing Kenrick, Major Ben lets Heaven Rocks go, and he is a big beast, this bloke, because he's run that first quarter in 26.9 seconds, 3 wide to the bend, and did it so easily.
You'd see Major Ben just get a little bit rocky too.
Well,
Kenrick ended up leaving him out there longer because he was still not the full package.
He's not the full package, but once he finds the front, he just got such a high cruising speed. I mean, Party On's got a big hopple. This guy will have a massive hopple. Paid 60 grand from it, the sales. They've got that well and truly back, but gee, it made it hard for anything to make ground in this race. I thought there was a couple of impressive winners on the day. After reviewing the whole day, this was clearly the best run of the day, Michael Guerin.
Bit of Yule star about this horse, not in the coat, but just in the way he gets over the ground, and he's rough and he's still not the finished thing. But look, he just gave nothing else a chance. Once he led and went 52 and change, did it so easily. Scary thing is, he's still only the 3rd best 3-year-old they've got. They've got Lazarus and Waikiki Beach. By the way, Waikiki Beach Saturday week goes for 20 on end, and then the week after races again. But this is a very good horse. This horse ended up winning a New Zealand Cup, and it's an awfully long way from being a 3-year-old without your two toughest rivals there, to winning a New Zealand Cup. But he was the one horse all day who looked like he could be that horse. Around them, plenty of others got wide on the track. I thought Motown was very good for what Motown is.
Shandale unlucky, 4 back the fence.
But when Mark lets him go here, Party On wears a 61-inch hopple. His would be a lot bigger. Here's Aaron White for the last time on Jules Day.
Major Ben, Kenrick, Motown, they all chase in vain. Boy, here's a beauty out of the box. Heaven Rocks his name and Marky gets 4. All Stars get 5. I say Motown just second in front of Major Ben. Photos for 4th.
Oh, he's a lovely big horse, Mark, and what a stride he takes. Congratulations.
Thanks, Greg. Yeah, no, he's an horse. He's awesome. He just covers the ground so easy, but yeah.
This remarkable feat of yours, I'm not sure if you're aware of it, but every 2- and 3-year-old pacing Group 1 this season has been won by your stable. It's never been achieved before. Congratulations.
Oh, thanks, Greg. Yeah, no, that's wonderful. But a credit to all the team we got working for us too, and Dwayne sort of heads the team, and you know, he does a wonderful job, and everything's done properly.
You said when you came here, you and Natalie, if you won 3, that would be a pass mark. To win 5 has clearly exceeded your expectations.
Yeah, that's right, Greg. I mean, they're all here. We got them all here really well, and you know, you don't expect to win 5 on these sort of days, but you know, everything just worked out well, and we had the horsepower to do it.
We look at the connections here: the Kennards, the Crichtons, Gavin Douglas, and Kevin Risley, and they've all been associated with your barn for a wee while.
Yeah, no, they've been there right from the start, really, and you know, they've been wonderful supporters to the stable.
This guy's got a massive future ahead of him. The team that you just continue to produce, of course, Lazarus had a wonderful year, and this guy now, he completes it for you.
Yeah, that's right, Greg. He was a sort of a slow developer. He had a setback early on, and so he's had the time, but you know, he's got a lot of raw ability.
It's an enormous day for the punters and, of course, the bookies as well. So let's have a look at some of those large bets placed. Here's a smart punter, Michael.
Yeah, that's nice. Donegal bet a Gretch at $16. Nice. Party On. Might have been someone close to the camp there. And yeah, some good shopping around there. And a couple of losses down the bottom. Golden Goddess probably wasn't a dumb bet. Was going to lead. Chase the Dream never gave you a yelp. We've gone cross codes here. $300 at almost a $30,000 return, going 3 different galloping tracks in the wet.
What about the start to the day for the $100 punter down the bottom? Bang, bang, bang.
That's the way to go, isn't it? Get it out and done early. Rocker Band Custodian Party On for a $12,000 spend, and then just this 2 Custodian at Party On. I mean, that looked pretty good after Ingham.
And down the bottom, Celestial Arden. Now that was Fulbury on Thursday night.
I think it might open at 290.
Open 260. Just on Heaven Rocks, by the way, they had the option to go to the Vic Bred Series. They're not going there. They are going to the Breeders' Crown with him as well. Mark and Natalie actually off on holiday soon, so he's not going to go to the Vic Bred, but yeah, Breeders' Crown for him and Waikiki Beach. Boys, that's some 1-2 punch.
So that's a wrap on the 2016 Jules.
Tongue-tied July feels like so long ago. 18 big dreams, but we had each other. I wish I could go back right now. When your heart, keep your mind. I wish I could go back right now. Just restart, stop the time in tongue-tied July. Tongue-tied July. In tongue-tied July. Tongue-tied July.
So what's coming up in the next couple of months, harness racing wise, as we wind the season down? Michael Guerin, there is plenty to keep an eye on.
Yeah, at home, it's going to be mainly service meetings, the domestic sort of stuff, but overseas, Waikiki Beach and Mai Mackenzie to the Breeders' Challenge. It's a Sunday afternoon. Now, Craig and I are in for Under the Lights that Thursday. We'll preview that. Lenny the Shark goes to the Len Smith Mile, same day. It's Sunday afternoon, June 26. July 26, Chris and me, the $200,000 Blacks of Fake at Albion Park. They've got a plan for a thing called the Picket Fence, where if he can win 2 races leading into that and that, he gets a $50,000 bonus. Hence, Chris and me is not going to New South Wales. He's going to Queensland. Annual conference is on the 29th and 30th of July down there in Christchurch, and the Horse of the Year dinner, all the awards for the season. and August 28 Breeders' Crown Final. Plenty of the stars we spoke about over the last hour and a half. Horse of the Year always makes you think about the performance of the season. Gee, there was plenty to choose from, boys. This was my one. Here's the Miracle Mile, 147.5. Lenny the Shark, a truly great horse, it's the lead. Bow Tides in here, but they weren't good enough to beat Have Faith in Me. Here he is, doing things wrong, but doing them oh so right. Super performance, guys. 147.5. It's exciting to think he's going to be joining us next season at the absolute highest level. Can he win a New Zealand Cup? I suppose it's the standing start, man. This is going to be fun finding out.
Yep, it certainly is. What about for you, Will?
Yeah, my best bet maybe in the New Zealand Cup this, well, not my best bet, but my season highlight maybe in the New Zealand Cup this year as well. This is Lazarus winning the Sire Stakes from the second row draw, chasing down stablemate Chase the Dream and Classy Brigade. We thought he was a very good horse leading into this race. He proved to be a great horse. 9 wins this season, unbeaten, 15 from 17. Quite a remarkable horse. Put aside for the jewels to target the New Zealand Cup in November, Greg, and it's going to be an exciting cup with the horses like Have Faith in Me, and obviously a horse like Lazarus.
Yep, no doubt. 3-year-old of the year for him. Trotter of the year is not in doubt either, and this is the day I believe he arrived, Mombay. Sitting outside Master Lavros for the last mile is not a lot of fun for any horse. He not only sat alongside him, he went straight past and demolished him. That stint down the outside, that was the day I thought Mombay has arrived.
Same race. I'm like you, that made a huge impression on me. Horse of the year for him. Maybe he's content against my horse, Have Faith in Me, for the overall title, Horse of the Year. Yeah, I'm interested in your feedback on that. But yeah, those awards given out July the 30th. Gregory, you and I will be there.
Yep, it certainly has been one heck of a season for us, and it's been thoroughly enjoyable to bring you all of the action throughout the season.
Mate, on that, just talking about the season, Craig and I just rock up here on every Wednesday. It's pretty easy stuff for us in Auckland. Poor Gregory has to fly every Wednesday morning from Christchurch to Auckland, flies home, time away from his family. So, mate, to you, from all the viewers at home, thanks for that, because it's a big effort. You're the big part of the show. For Craig and I, we just sit here and answer questions.
Yep, well, it's been certainly enjoyable doing that, and a big thanks to Glenn Bourne, Marianne Twentyman, all of the team behind the scenes, because it takes a fair bit to put this together and keep, particularly this one, not so much this one, intact as well.
Absolutely, boys. It's been a wonderful season, and looking forward to next season as well.
All right. Next week you can tune in, and we have a special courtesy of Harness Racing New Zealand. We've got some history on the lower Mataura Valley, where horses like Cardigan Bay came from, and of course Dave and Sue Anderson, the life and times of them. That's been it. Your box seat season for 2015-16.